Hello there, Victor Frost speaking to you, anarchist artist. Okay, today I thought that I would share some new paintings with you. Usually I do some pretty philosophical content, with my videos, but you can find a lot of those at something called Proscast. I invite you to check some of that I've done there. It's a different channel in which I talk about a whole host of different subjects, such as anarchism, politics, culture, philosophy, ethics, the border issue, Trump, whatever. But in addition to being an anarchist, I'm an artist, so that's why I have the moniker anarchist artist. And today, my friends, I am going to show off, as what artists like to do, some new works. And I do hope you get a kick out of them. Now, the paintings I'm going to show you today, it's rather random and harum-scarum. There's no particular logic or order to the things I'm going to show. There's a lot of different subject matters, done in different styles, whatever. But you'll get the idea. So let's start with the first painting, shall we? Here is a painting I've done in good homage, in good humorous homage to a favorite comedian of mine, who would be none other than Robin Williams. And a little bit closer to that, with benevolent, crazy, fun, good-natured dude. Back home, see that we have the iconic theater sign. Nothing deep, meaning just a fun painting, and half of it there. Painting of Robin Williams. We have Samuel Waiting for Godot. He was a rather bleak individual. The whole existentialist, life is meaningless kind of guy, and kind of like a precursor to postmodernism. And just to balance things out, I have a happy face there for such a grim, kind of depressed kind of guy. And just moving out there, he's got the whole painterly feel there, of course, just very loose. And there we have like a nice little pretty butterfly. Isn't that cute? And that is Samuel Beckett, a caricature, kind of like a surrealist caricature of Samuel Beckett. And moving right along to yet another genre. From the world of comedy to the world of literature now we're going to the world of music, and we have Mr. Elvis Presley. Now, believe it or not, this is a work in progress. I still have a lot of work to do, and I'm a fanatic for details and positive, negative space and shading and whatnot. So I still want to do some more dynamic, lights, splashing around, and just do a lot of more work on this. It's a great bulk of it is done, but I'm a fanatic for details. What can I say? It's 1970s Elvis. Of course, we got the famous Elvis sneer there, the lip curl that he was famous for. We have the oversized 1970s glasses. We have the big hunk of love chest there. Elvis was a religious guy. He's got the cross going there. I still have to do all the rhinestones on the jumpsuit and whatnot. It's still a lot of more work, as I say, that's to be done. But what the fuck? I thought I'd show you a work in progress. And what do we got next here? Oh, okay. Moving from the world of music and literature and comedy, we're going to a grim subject matter now. I have a painting here of Charles Manson. Yes, of all subjects to choose, Charles Manson. Once again, we have a happy face to balance out a rather bleak subject matter we can all agree upon. And I have up in the corner is Helter Skelter is bullshit. There's big windy explanation behind that. And of course, we have Manson there with his famous maniacal eyes. We have the swastika carved in his forehead there that he did. He was a Looney Tune. And just step back, get a fuller idea of the painting. Quote that from Manson, and I'll read that if you can't see it. And I quote, "You have it long before you are all going to kill yourselves because you are all crazy and you can project it back at me, but I am only what lives in each and every one of them." So the idea here is that when push comes to shove, given the right set of circumstances and giving the kind of background that child, same thing could have happened to you, and that we all got murder in our hearts. You know, to the day as an example here, you know, back to the Bush War when we're bombing the shit out of Iraq. A lot of raw Americans, yeah, you know, so not realizing, of course, that we are talking about the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people, women, children, no, but we had this whole rah kind of thing, you know. Politics is nothing more than the lust for murder and plunder, and there's a lot of people who praise and put this institution on a pedestal, and there's a lot of war hawks out there, armchair war hawks, but that's another subject that don't get me on a political rant. Don't do it, Victor. But let's see if I got yet another work to show you. Oh, fuck yeah. Let me show you this one. What do we got here? We got Justin Trudeau. Now, this is a larger painting. It's a little bit awkward here. But yes, good old Justin Trudeau. The soy boy, pony boy. This guy is such an unbelievable fucking clown. I can't, there's no words to describe how much I loathe him. And we have just above him there, we have the puppet strings, people who are politically aware or anarchist libertarians or people who are politically or philosophically understand what I'm saying there. I did a painting back in the day of Bush when he was the president, and I had the same kind of theme running there. I guess I'm going to have a series of thematic paintings that will carry you know, where I had Bush dangling from puppet strings. I did a painting of Obama, his successor to Bush, dangling from puppet strings. And now I have Trudeau skipping over to Canada from the United States, dangling from puppet strings. So there's a theme here. And of course, healthy, you know, and because he's considered, you know, a rather hunky, good-looking, wavy locks kind of guy, you know, for Trudeau because he's so cute. Type of pinheads out there in Canada. And so I thought I would have him bare ass naked and woo ass, honey, baby. Get a load of that ass and those tan lines. Now below him is Gary the Unicorn. Gary the Unicorn. Now I don't know too much about Gary the Unicorn. I guess it's some children's program, but the whole thing with Gary the Unicorn has these different celebrities coming onto the show, and Gary the Unicorn gives a big hug to all these different you know, personalities. It was one episode where Trudeau went on the show and gave Gary a big hug. Okay, I'm gonna give you here's the big Prime Minister hug. Such an unbelievable fucking clown, this guy. Now, here's the humor that I have, my own twisted type of humor that I like to incorporate with Gary the Unicorn there. He has Islamic symbols on his red sweater. And, of course, Mr. Trudeau is a politically correct kind of guy. He's the type of asshole who wants to be all things to all people. and he's Mr. Diversity, Mr. Political Correct, speaking against Islamophobia. Here's a guy, and I don't know, but here's a guy that has socks with Islamic symbols on them, and he likes to show them off. Yeah, I know, right? Islamic symbols on his socks that he likes to show off, right? But just to compound the absurdity of this buffoon, this fool, they're rainbow-colored socks, signifying, of course, a virtue signaling to the homosexual gay community. Is homosexual politically correct? I don't know, right? To the gay community. And the funny thing here is that Trudeau is completely fucking clueless to comprehend the fact that in certain Islamic countries, if not most of them, it's kind of a thing to throw homosexuals off rooftops, So while you're praising, the gay community in Islam, you don't realize that the two kind of cancel each other out. But he's an asshole. What can I say? People, but in showing you go off on a little bit of I beg your pardon, but that's all that I care to show for today. Pardon me, here it's a little bit awkward. Large paintings all over the place. Also enough for now. If you enjoy, and show you some more works in the signing out.